For years she thought poverty made her father worthless, until the man everyone feared bowed before him in awe. Ngozi was the brightest girl in her school. She could solve math faster than a calculator. Her teachers loved her. Her classmates admired her. And her best friend, Ada, came from a very rich home. In fact, Ada was the only daughter of His Royal Majesty, King Obiora, the powerful monarch of the Amaka kingdom, and one of the wealthiest philanthropists in the country. His Royal Majesty King Obiora loved Ngozi like his own daughter. He said, "Any girl who can solve physics this fast deserves the best future." After Ngozi won a national science competition for their school, Chief Obiora offered her a full scholarship to study anywhere in the world. She was showered with gifts, clothes, and respect. Everyone believed she was from a rich home, too. But the truth? Ngozi had a secret, one she guarded more fiercely than her phone password. Ngozi was the daughter of Pachika, a poor herbalist who lived in a quiet village, the same man who used local herbs to treat people with broken bones, infections, and strange illnesses without machines, labs, or modern hospitals. She never spoke of her home, never invited friends over, and never posted anything that hinted at where she came from. At school, she was elegant, composed, and carried herself like someone born into privilege. No one suspected that each evening she slipped into a dusty one-room mud house in a forgotten village, where her father, her biggest shame, awaited her with a tired smile and a warm bowl of yam porridge. To Ngozi, her father was just that old man, a poor herbalist with no future, no status, and no relevance. What she didn't know was that this same man had gone to university, passed with flying colors in medicine, but chose to follow his father's path not for money, but for passion. He wanted to heal people, the African way. Ngozi was ashamed of this. She told her schoolmates that her father was a medical doctor living in the UK. She saved his number as Farmer in her phone, and never brought him to school events. Even when King Obiora asked to meet her parents, she lied again. "They're busy in Europe," she would say with a forced smile. As the years passed, Ngozi remained close to the royal family. King Obiora took a special liking to her. He often said, "Ngozi reminds me of an old friend, brilliant, humble, the kind of person who saves you once and vanishes like wind." The palace staff whispered that she was like a second daughter to the king. Her life was changing, and her secret still buried. No one knew where she truly came from. After her secondary school graduation, her father sat her down. "Ngozi, I may not afford this big university you want," he said softly, "but come and learn from me. Learn this knowledge that runs in our blood." Ngozi flared up. "Learn what? To mix leaves and roots like a bushman? I can't be like you. Don't kill my future." She stormed out and ran to the palace to live with her best friend's family. But days later, something terrible happened. The king fell ill. At first, it was just fatigue. Then he stopped eating. His voice trembled. His skin grew cold. The royal doctors flew in from different continents, but none could diagnose his condition. It was a mysterious relapse of an illness he once had as a young prince, the same illness that nearly took his life decades ago. Ada, the princess and Ngozi's best friend, was terrified. She told Ngozi one night through tears, "My father had this illness before, when he was younger. No doctor could help him, but there was this strange man, his classmate at university, who healed him using herbs. They lost touch, and no one ever saw the man again." Ngozi froze. Her heartbeat thundered. She remembered something her father once told her, how he graduated top of his class in medicine, how he turned down hospital work to follow his calling, and how he once saved someone important back in school, someone who never forgot him. Could it be? The next morning, the palace made a bold announcement. Whoever can heal the king shall be rewarded with 100 million naira, land, and a national honor. Ngosi's hands trembled. She had lied so many times, told Ada her parents were abroad, that her father was a consultant in the UK. She had saved his number as village farmer on her phone just in case someone snooped. But now, the same man she was ashamed of might be the only one who could save the king, her benefactor. She had no choice. She returned home and knelt before the old man she once called useless. "Papa, please, they need you. He's dying." Her father looked at her, quiet and calm. "Is it because you love him, or because you love the reward?" She bowed her head in shame. "Both," she whispered. But when she mentioned the king's name, Obiora, her father's eyes widened. "Obiora, the prince who fainted during exams? That was my friend, my patient. I thought I lost him forever." He rose slowly, wrapped his herbs in a cloth, and followed her. When they reached the palace, guards stepped aside. The chief physician was about to protest, until King Obiora, weak but conscious, looked up and gasped, "Chica!" Tears welled in his eyes. "You found me. Again." The king reached for Pa Chica's hand. "This man," he said, "was my classmate, my healer, my brother. When I almost died, he gave me life. And then, he disappeared, too humble to accept thanks." Everyone in the room was stunned. Ngozi nearly collapsed. Pa Chica gently laid his hands on the king, began his treatments, and after 2 days of rest, herbs, and ancient rituals, the king stood up, whole, healed, strong. The entire palace rejoiced. The king gathered his council, nobles, and guests, and before the cameras, he bowed low before the herbalist in rags. "This man is the true doctor, the king of healers. He carries a wisdom that no gold can buy." From that day, Pa Chica became a living legend. Herbal centers were opened in his name. Professors came to learn from him. He never changed his wrapper or slippers, but the world now saw the king behind the humility. "As for Ngozi," she wept at his feet. "Papa, forgive me. I let pride blind me." Her father smiled. "Now you know greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it walks barefoot." She never again called him that old man. She called him Papa, the man even kings bow to. Moral lesson: don't be ashamed of your roots. The man you hide today may be the hero the world will kneel for tomorrow. Humility, wisdom, and purpose wear no crown, but they command more honor than gold.